let's jump into it. The Jets had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 draft picks. They moved around a little bit. There was a trade up, there's a trade back. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about it, and let's grade it. So the first one was the obvious one. Everyone knew the Jets were taking Zach Wilson, number 2. It was nice to finally see that come to fruition. Like, this has been talked about probably since, November, or maybe before then. It's just insane how long the Jets have been talking about, or Jets fans have been talking about, the next quarterback. And for a while now, most people have been on the Zach Wilson train. Some really wanted Justin Fields, and I'm surprised he fell to 11. Good on the Bears for trading up and grabbing him. But the Jets were able to get this one done. No surprise there. Love the pick. I think he is a perfect fit for this offense, and I'm excited to, have him go to work in this offense. Pick number 2 is where the surprise comes in. So we'll talk about this one a little bit more. The Jets were originally sitting at 23, and they decided to package pick 23 and both of their third-round picks in order to move up to pick number 14, where the Minnesota Vikings were sitting, and they grabbed Elijah Vera Tucker. I absolutely love this move. Would it have been nice to have two third-round picks? Yeah. But is it nicer to have someone who you really believe could be a Pro Bowl caliber left guard to put next to Mekhi Becton and to help out your rookie quarterback? Yeah, I'll take that every day of the week. I don't think it was too much. There were some people online who were like, oh, the Jets gave up way too much. No, they didn't. The draft chart was only off by something like 40 points. And at that point, you're moving up. And that's the reason why you get all that draft capital, is to go up and get that guy. And a part of the Jamal Adams trade, not all of it, but some of it, turned into Elijah Vera Tucker. And would you rather have someone who you think could be a Pro Bowl caliber offensive guard, or would you rather have a all-pro box safety? I am taking the guard 10 out of 10 times. There's no question about it. And there's still another pick coming next year. So on top of that, I just thought it was a really smart move. It was an aggressive move from Joe Douglas at an important position. I can't stand the people who are like, a guard isn't a primary position or a premium position. Are you kidding me? Have you watched this team the last 2 years? They've been atrocious on the interior for a long, long time, and Elijah Vera Tucker will help shore that up. And on top of that, he has experience playing tackle. So if Mekhi Becton goes down with an injury, or if Fant on the other side goes down with an injury and you want to move him over there, he could do it. He's an extremely versatile piece, and I love this. This was my favorite pick of the draft. 34, there was a bit of a surprise. It was Elijah Moore, wide receiver from Ole Miss. And the reason why I thought that was a surprise was because you had Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, the linebacker hybrid kind of a player from Notre Dame. I just would add a couple of those guys later. And Tevin Jenkins was there. And I personally thought they were going to either trade out or go with one of the two guys I just listed. But they went with the wide receiver, and it's hard for me to get mad at this pick. Was it something that I was thinking they were going to do? Absolutely not. But when you heard the phone call from Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh to Elijah Moore, they clearly were thinking about taking him at 23, and they anticipated him to go in the first round, and him still sitting there for them at 34. They loved it. And it's hard for me to get upset about adding weapons and adding talent to your offense that's been putrid over the last 5 years. It's been embarrassing how bad it's been ever since 2015. They were bottom 2 in the league the last couple of years under Adam Gase. They did Sam Darnold zero favors, and everyone who was yelling and screaming that Sam Darnold doesn't have enough weapons, you can't then turn around and be mad because the Jets drafted a high-end offensive guard and then a high-end weapon in this class. You can't. You just can't do it. And he's not just a slot receiver. While he is going to play a majority in the slot because he's smaller at 5'9", and he's a speed guy. He can take a top off of defense. We know that. But I think he's going to be used as a versatile piece, someone who can come around on jet sweeps, someone who can line up in the backfield if need be. And do a little bit of everything. He's someone you want to get the ball in his hands and watch him work. So I am very excited about the Elijah Moore pick, and I think his route running is very, very, very solid. So I love it. I love that pick. Michael Carter in the 4th was, again, surprising. We were very much, if you watch the stream, we were very much so on the Cox train. We wanted the linebacker from LSU. We were surprised that he was still sitting there, to be honest with you, but they decided to go Michael Carter. And once again, while it's not something that I was thinking the Jets were going to do, he was expected to go before that. I thought he was going to be, maybe like a top 50 or 60 player in this draft. I thought second round, maybe early third round for Michael Carter. Both him and Kenny Gainwell were sitting there for them at 107, and it's hard to be upset about it, again, because you got really good value on him. It's not like you took him at 34. You took him at 107. That's the difference. That's why you have guys like me, Green Bean, and Ryan, for the most part, were saying, yeah, wait, because there's going to be good value guys there. And that's exactly what you got in Carter. You didn't have to give up a high-end pick. For instance, look at the Jaguars at pick 25. They took Travis Etienne, and Urban Meyer pretty much came out and said he's going to be a third down back. What? You spent a first-round pick on a third down back? Or Michael Carter is instantly the best running back on this team. Him and Ty Johnson should be a really nice 1-2 punch. Now, I am very worried about La'Mical Pirine. I think he has a hard time making this roster. I don't think he's a good fit in this offense. I think that was an Adam Gase guy, someone who would maybe work in the Adam Gase offense, but Carter is someone who's instantly going to come in here and be solid for this team right away. So 4 weapons to start on offense. Love it. The last time the Jets took 4 offensive players to start their draft was in 1983. It's been a very, very long time, long overdue. Now we get to the run of the defense. So Jamien Sherwood is, when he was originally listed as a safety, on our reaction on the Talking Jets panel was like, huh? What? But then we walked that back rather quickly. We found out he's kind of a hybrid player, can play linebacker, safety, and do a little bit of everything. So he's an athletic player and someone who can kind of line up anywhere. I think he is likely to transition, be more of a will player in this defense, which is fine. I don't have much else to add on this one. Good athlete. Michael Carter the second. The Jets drafted 2 Michael Carters. The second one, again, listed as safety. We said, what are they doing? And then realized, oh no, he's going to be more of a slot cornerback, which is fine. The Jets desperately need slot help, so can't get mad about this one either. Him and Javelin Guidry, as of right now, are probably going to be competing for that slot starting spot. And we'll see who gets the better of it. Maybe they bring back there we go, enunciation is key, Brian Poole. If not, then it'll be Carter and Guidry fighting it out for the slot. Jason Pinnock is next, and those Pittsburgh corners, man. It worked out last time the Jets drafted a Pittsburgh corner. He's an outside guy, an athlete, late round swing on a position of need. Not much else to add there. Fine with the pick. The next one, maybe the steal of the Jets draft, Hazman Nasruddin. He is a safety / linebacker, plays all over the field. Great athlete from FSU. He's someone who I anticipated going much, much earlier than what he did. And the fact that he was still there, like, I think there's a chance that he turns out better than Sherwood. Similar kind of style of player where they're, hard-hitting safety, played in the box. They're going to try to transition him to linebacker probably, as the Jets listed both of these guys as linebacker picks, not safety picks, on their website, and, just pretty much talking about it after they came out. I like this guy a lot, and I think there's a chance that he could be better than Sherwood. And I'm not like anti-Sherwood or anything like that. I think that, he could be fine, but I just really, really like the value here and think this was a good pick. Then you have Brandon Eccles, cornerback, another 6th-round swing on a position of need. Outside guy, a good athlete, which is absolutely something that they were trying to do. Ran a ridiculous 40-yard dash. I think he has like 4.35 speed, something like that. So really good athlete. And then the last pick, Jonathan Marshall, a defensive tackle. And I just went, defensive tackle? Now I get it. He's a very, very good athlete. Scored in the high-end percentile on defensive tackles and their athleticism. So that's what Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh were doing. Their dart throws were on defense, which I'm fine with, and they put more premium picks on the offensive side. And it's guys with high athletic upside. My thing is that Marshall's going to be so far down on the depth chart. I would have probably went a different direction. I maybe would have went tight end. Now they did end up, signing the Ole Miss tight end as an undrafted free agent. I might have went kicker. They ended up signing an undrafted free agent kicker. So it's not awful, but it was a little deflating with how the board was at the time. There were other players I liked and other positions I would have liked to attack still, but overall, tough for me to complain. Ended up going 6 defensive, 4 offensive, but the 4 offensive guys were the first 4 picks, and then the later swings were on defense, so understand with the more swings on the defensive side later on. So now to grade time. This comes in as an A- draft for me. This is a very solid draft class. You got your quarterback, you tried to help him out with getting a guard, a wide receiver, a running back, and then you took your swings on the defensive side of the ball after that. This is a really, really good draft class from Joe Douglas. We'll see how it translates on the field. Obviously, that's the next thing, and we'd be able to give a much better grade as 2-3 years down the line. Probably we'll know for sure. But looking at on paper, I think this is an A- draft, and I've seen some go as low as B. Only a couple of jack wagons in the C's and stuff like that, and some A pluses. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say an A plus or an A, but very, very solid. An A- grade is very, very good. Remember, I'm a professor. I got to grade a little hard too.